Hello and Namaste. In continuation with the ordinary differential equation of first order and first degree, we'll be moving ahead with when the given equation is non-exact differential equation and we need to reduce it to the exact form. We'll be reducing it to the exact form by using few rules. Now those rules we'll be discussing here along with the examples, and this is the part 1 of that series. Now, what exactly the non-exact differential equation reducible to exact form? When the differential equation is given to us as non-exact, we can reduce it to the exact form by multiplying with a suitable function which is known as integrating factor, and we will abbreviate is IF. Now, there might exist more than one integrating factor to differential equation. So we'll be discussing as soon as we'll be getting that one rule is applicable for that particular differential equation, we will just go and apply that particular integrating factor and we'll be getting the equation or the solution for that. After multiplication with IF, the equation becomes an exact. It will become an exact and can be solved using the method of exact differential equation. So please follow this I button over here, from where the previous examples or previous session has been given on exact differential equation and its general solution or a complete solution. Now this particular session will be discussing different rules to find out the integrating factor to a non-exact differential equation, and of course that equation would be in the mdx plus ndy is equals to 0. Moving ahead with the rule number 1. Rule number 1 is if dou m upon dou y minus dou n upon dou x is equal divided by capital N is equals to f of x, that is which is a function of x alone, then integrating factor is given to us as e to the power integration of f of x dx. Rule number 2 says that let me just finish stating this rule number 1, rule number 2 and 3 and 4. We will just discuss with the examples. So rule number 2 says dou n upon dou x minus dou m upon dou y divided by capital M is equals to f of y, which is a function of y alone, and then in that case integrating factor is e to the power integration of f of y dy. But the rule number 3, you can just identify in this first and second, if you observe I have given them the same almost the same color code. The reason is these two rules are exactly same, only the difference, that means of identifying this integrating factor is almost the same. Rule number 3 and rule number 4 is different. That's the reason given the color code, different color code. So now in the case, you can just identify whether this rule number 3 is applicable for the differential equation or not to find out the IF. You can just get it just by looking at the given equation. Now given equation have to be in this form. That is a function of product of x into y, that is a product of xy into y dx, plus function of product of x into y or xy into x dy. For example, if you observe 1 plus xy into y dx plus 1 plus y minus xy into x dy is equals to 0. So this one we can express it as xy to the power 0 plus xy to the power 1, right, into y dx, plus this one we can again express it as xy to the power 0 minus xy to the power 1 into x dy is equals to 0. So that means what, this is a function f1 in x into y and this is f2 x into y, the product of x and y. Therefore this is also this in this type of examples you can directly go and apply the rule number 3. What it is said, if it is x into m minus y into n is not 0, then our integrating factor can be written as 1 upon xm minus y into n. For example, again if you observe, this type of example will also be coming under the rule number 3. So this type of examples, so that means what, we are just have to go about and find out the differential check the differential equation just by observation or just by looking at that particular format. Rule number 4 says that this mdx plus ndy is in the homogeneous equation, and if it is in a homogeneous equation, then we will be having the integrating factor. Only the difference is here we have got xm minus yn, here it is xm plus yn, which is not equals to 0, therefore 1 upon the factor. For example, 2xy dx plus y square minus x square dy is equals to 0. That means what, if you observe the first term here, the x to the power 1, y to the power 1, degree is 2, y square degree 2, x square degree 2. So if you wanted to have a detailed discussion on how to check the whether the given equation is a the given differential equation is a homogeneous or not, please follow the I button for the partial differentiation, where in the Euler's theorem or Euler's theorem I have discussed in detail when the equation is said to be a homogeneous equation. Similarly, the another example we could have it as x square y dx minus x cube plus y cube dy is equals to 0. So if you observe here, degree 3 here, degree 3 here, degree 3 here, this is also an homogeneous equation. Let me take you to the different examples. First example is x y square. So this is what is the equation given to us. We have to identify m and n. We know that the coefficient of dx will give us m and coefficient of dy will give us n, and we'll be finding it out. Dou m upon dou y is equals to 2xy. Dou n upon dou x is minus of 2xy. Easily can be checked it here. That is, they are not equal. If they are not equal, the given equation is not exact. That means what, we cannot directly find out the answer using the solution. We need to go and approach to for the selection of the correct rule, whether R1, R2, R3 or R4. Let me take you how to go about. So purposely I have said it as an approach. So correct approach is to start with the rule number 3. Why? Because just by looking, as I have told you the last slide also, just by looking at this particular equation, you can just check whether this particular equation is having this format or not, or this form. So what we need the form x into y. Whenever we have got x and y present, they should have, that can be written as x to the power xy to the power n, something like this. We have to express, we can able to express. But here if you observe this particular term, x to the power 1, y to the power 2. So we cannot write down here it's this particular term as a function of x into y. Similarly, this also cannot be expressed, this also cannot be expressed, and hence this rule number 3 we cannot go and find out the integrating factor. So that means what, this rule number 3 is not applicable. Let me just go for the rule number 4. So this is what a correct approach, because rule number 3 and rule number 4 is just giving us the, just by looking at the differential equation. So rule number 4, I'm sorry, just let me just explain why am I discarding that. So it's a homogeneous, it has to have the homogeneous. So let me just check with the homogeneous, x to the power 1, y to the power 2, so degree is 3 here. This is, there is no, we cannot have the degree 3 here, we can't say it here because of e to the power here. So we can't express it here. Similarly, if you observe to the power 1, and so this is 3. So that means what, because of this particular term present here, this is not having of degree 3. So we cannot make it generalized that this is particular homogeneous equation with degree 3. And that's the reason this particular equation is not given us as a homogeneous. So rule number 4 is also not applicable. Let me move to the rule number 1. Now what it says that it's dou m upon dou y minus dou n upon dou x upon n is equals to f of x or not. We have to check that. Let me just do that. So dou m upon dou y minus dou n upon dou x upon n is 2xy minus of minus 2xy upon minus of x square by y. So minus of x square by y is nothing but a capital N here. And this is, which is coming out to be minus of 4 by x, which is a function of x only. And that means what, rule number 1 is applicable for this particular question. If it is applicable, we will not go and check rule number 2. It is not possible also to go and check the rule number 4. There are another rules also present here. So we'll be discussing 1 to 4 rules over here. So IF is e to the power integration of minus 4 by x dx, which is e to the power minus of 4 log of x, which is equals to e to the power log of x to the power minus 4, and which is coming out to be e to the power x to the power minus 4. So how this we have got it as, which is because it's a log to the base e, and therefore e to the power log of to the base e will be giving us as x to the power 4, x to the power minus 4, and therefore we have got 1 upon x to the power 4 as the integrating factor. So we have to multiply this 1 upon x to the power 4 with the original equation. So we have to multiply this particular 1 upon x to the power 4 with the original equation. So we'll be getting something like this. So just we are multiplying this 1 upon x to the power 4 to the original equation. So we'll be having this type of equation. Let me take you to the next slide. So this is what we have left it last slide. So this is, after this we can identify m1 and n1. Now this is what are new after multiplying this particular m and n here. So this, if you'll observe here, you can easily check. It's a optional actually. If you wanted to go and check by the curiosity, you can go and check whether it's really happening. dou m1 upon dou y is equals to dou n1 upon dou x, whether it's really equal. If not, it is not even it's not required. Why? Because we have already multiplied, and the rule says, or a definition of integrating factor itself says that the equation or a new equation will be having the exact. So it's possible to just state that hence this is particular equation is an exact equation. If it is exact, then we know the general solution is integration y constant of m dx plus integration of x free terms from n dy is equals to c. So if you'll observe here, this is m is this particular, the original, or the, you can say the changed one, m1 we have to consider here. In fact, you can write down here m1 also or n1 also, doesn't matter. This is what is the equation. So so this is what we have got it. And here if you'll observe here, in this n1 we do not have any term which is free from x. That's the reason we have to say it as 0, dy is equals to c. Now in this particular example, y square upon x cube, we have to differentiate, integrate with respect to x. That would give us minus of y square upon 2x square, which is a very simple. For to go for the second one, if you observe here, we need to use this particular formula for the integration. Integration e to the power f of x into f dash of x dx is e to the power f of x plus c. So what is f of x is in the present cases? F of x is 1 upon x cube. So if you observe this 1 upon x cube, the differentiation of this 1 upon x cube will give us minus of 3 upon x to the power 4. But out of that, we just have it minus of 1 upon x to the power 4. Minus this 3 is not present, and that's the reason this 1 by 3 we have multiplied and divide to make just adjustment for this particular. And now we can apply the rule here. So 1 by 3 e to the power 1 upon x cube plus c. This is the first term. This is what is the answer we have got it for this particular differential equation. Second is this. Again, we will be identifying m and n, and then this dou m upon dou y, dou n upon dou x. Easily can be checked. It's not exact. Then we have to go for the approach. Now, while going for the approach, we have to start again with the rule number 3. So if you'll observe here, this y to the power 4, there is no x term. So this first term itself is getting this rule discarded from this particular. Why? Because if we have this y to the power 4, to have this function of the product of x and y, I should have been here, I want it here x to the power 4, but it's not present here. That's the reason this rule number 3 is directly getting discarded. So it's very simple to directly, by just observation, you can just check whether it's applicable or not. Similarly, rule number 4, if you'll observe, it has to be homogeneous. Check this first term, the degree is 4 here, here is the degree 1. Here itself in this first two terms, the degree is not common, and so hence we can just check that, or this rule number 4 is also not applicable. Even you can check it with the other terms also. But if I am getting at least one term which is not following, obviously it's not required for to check with each and every term. So we can just save our time here and just thinking. This type of approach is very much required whenever you'll be going for the MCQ type of questions, or the examination, competitive examinations, where the time is very less and you have to do a lot of work. So this is what is known as the basic concepts of all of them. Similarly, now we need to go for the rule number 1. Now we need to go for the rule number 1. So if you observe here, rule number 1, dou m upon dou y minus dou n upon dou x upon n. Let me just do it here. So dou m upon dou y is 4 y cube plus 2, right, minus this y cube. So y cube minus 4 will give me y cube plus 4 upon capital N, which is x y cube plus 2y to the power 4 minus 4x. So if you observe here, it cannot be expressed as f of y, or sorry, f of x here, f of x. It's not possible to have it f of x. If you'll observe here, so few terms will go off and few terms will be having, but you will not be getting this particular question or particular function in terms of f of x, or the function of x only, or a constant itself. That means what? This rule number 1 is also getting discarded. Do not do the things in your fair work. Just try to do it somewhere in the rough, so that you will not be having any mess over here while doing it. So you can easily check. So rule number 1 is also getting discarded from this particular for this particular question. So we need to make a move for the rule number 2. Now definitely this particular will be having. So let me just do and show the things over here. Dou n upon dou x minus dou m upon dou y upon m, which is equals to this. And if you observe here, this is nothing but you are getting it as minus of 3 by y which is a function of y, and therefore this rule number 2 is getting applicable here. So this is function of 2. We'll be having the same what we have done in the last case. There we had x here and the 4. Here we have y to the power of 3 minus 3, which is equals to minus of 1. Sorry, plus 1 upon y cube. If we'll multiply that again with the original equation, we'll be getting this particular new equation, wherein new m1 and n1 we have got it. Again we can check it, it's not, this is now the exact equation as per the integrating factor or a definition of an integrating factor, and we'll be moving ahead with this type of solution. Very simple. Again, if you'll observe this n, this is what first as same as that what we have taken it from here, but while taking this n here, we have to take n that which is free from x. So this is having x term, we cannot do it. Here also we have the term, so we just have one term, that is a 2y, which is of integration of 2y dy is equals to c, and therefore we will be getting the answer as this, which is a very simple just integration of this particular. So if you observe y plus 2 upon y square is a constant with respect to x, so we'll be having this integration as just x, plus this 2y will be giving the integration as 2y square by 2. The 2 will go off and it will remain here with y square is equals to c as the answer. Okay, and this is what is a self-observation slide, wherein 1, 2, 3 questions along with the answers of 3 of them has been given. Please do solve these examples and write me the comment if the answers are not coming, or if at all you're finding it this particular session very helpful. Please let me know in the comment section. And that's all from my side for this particular session. For the next part of this integrating factor, will be going ahead with the rule number 3 and rule number 4, in what cases and how we can apply the rule number 3 and 4. Thank you so much. Happy learning.